I'm Hannah Wallace and welcome to FinextraTV for Money 2020. Kindly calling into our virtual studio now is Roland Folz from SolarisBank. So Roland, welcome back. It's good to see you again.
Thank you very much. Good to see you, Hannah.
Good to have you on. Now, yes, we're speaking off the back of Money 2020, which is fast approaching, and you'll be speaking on a session that looks at how we would interact with money if banks didn't exist. And the session asks the question, if we were to design a world of finance from scratch, how do we go about doing it? So quite an interesting one. Now tell me, what's your immediate reaction to this and what are you hoping to cover in the session?
I think we're seeing a slow progression of the financial services market towards such a model, because overall the driver of all of that is that of customer behavior. And we believe in the client-centric value propositions that have a true added value. And regardless then if it's a product or a service, wherever you consume something that you like from a customer perspective, you should have a financial solution, have it integrated within that offering. And you know, you see it historically with examples on the automotive sector where the captive finance providers have included financial solutions when you bought a car, but now you see it in basically everywhere in your daily life. The GAFAs have it, the Walmarts and the Shopifys, and any consumer brand around the world now knows we need to embed a financial solution within our offering in order to make it easier for the customer. And that's, I would say, where a financial model like a Solaris, which stays in the background and doesn't disturb the consumer experience, is really positive. I would say there's also a world where you could have a finance institution also successfully doing that by itself. But you really do need to have a differentiating factor. An account by itself is a complete commodity. So just that saying we have an account doesn't differentiate you against any other competitor that does the same thing. So I think that's one of the key questions that some of the traditional players need to answer. How do I actually differentiate myself against the successful ecosystems out there?
All right, you've really painted the picture there. Thank you for going into so much detail. So if the objective is to design and change the way we interact with money, then how do we do it in a way that's, you know, conducive to fast, safe and sustainable progress in the industry going forward? What about that? By no means a small question.
Oh, it's a big question, but the simple answer is you need to have digital processes and you need to have modern technology that allows you to adapt quickly. I think you need to be able to scale and to leverage. And that's where I think a European solution is far more powerful than a pure simple country solution. The US and some of the Asian markets are huge and they have by definition a scaling advantage. Europe is fragmented and that causes some challenges, and we try to overcome those by integrating cross-country. But I think overall the answer is really your tech stack needs to be best and first in class. And then, of course, you need to have rules around it where, from a consumer perspective, you're safe in entrusting your value to third parties. So I do think there has to be a fair degree of regulation, but if it's unified across Europe, of course, that makes it much better and more helpful.
All right, thanks. Let's go into a bit more detail then. Talk us through the idea of building a European core bank there, and one that enables every company to offer embedded financial services then, and like you say, a cost-efficient and highly scalable way. What's the sort of vision going forward?
I think in a nutshell, it's to build a European core banking system that allows you to issue local IBANs, because unfortunately there is no European IBAN for all European inhabitants. It's local IBANs, and they have very often their bells and whistles. So I think I take the example of the automotive industry. You have one common platform, and that platform then has a C class, an E class, or any other type of model. But then you specify the individual demand towards the desires of that local country. Mm-hmm. And that's from a Solaris perspective, how we set up Solaris. So we have that core platform that is Solaris with a full CRR license, where we have hooked up with the local payment systems in Germany, in France, in Italy, in Spain. and we that allows us then to issue the local cars, the local products, financial
Yes.
products. And we have added now, we have combined our forces with Contis, and Contis has a different platform that allows you to issue the Lithuanian IBANs across Europe. And of course, most importantly for us, the local access to the UK market with the e-money license. That platform then again allows the local products for the UK market.
All right, that's really interesting. So what are the next steps then to achieving those goals, and what kind of role do you see embedded finance playing going ahead then?
I think it's a crucial role because I think the ecosystems that are out there understand that how much more powerful they can be if they have embedded financial solutions that allows a better serving of their customers. And from a Solaris perspective, that's exactly what we do. And you could say what we look at is common components that we share across those platforms. One, for example, is the processing. Regardless where you issue a card, the processing again is a unified process then thereafter, and there are synergies that you can use, which again are then to the benefit of your clients or your partners ultimately. But I think first and foremost, it is about a seamless integration of all our products and services. They have to be modular. A KYC, an account, a card, a credit, a digital asset, a security solution, so that you start with one product, but then you can add as your clients desire and want into more products and more markets. And that's, I think, I think it sounds simple, but of course it's all based on tech that is built cloud-based, and it scales efficiently and fast with the most modern languages that we use, where we attract the best talent that can deal with those type of complexities.
Well, Roland, you've done a really good job of getting us excited for the future. And I think it's a really good title for this session, isn't it? Because it makes us think outside the box. But thank you for laying down that vision for us. I look forward to catching up further down the line and reflecting on it. But for now, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. Bye, Hannah.